Hello, this is Ryan with Trailblazer, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to learn with Opus 4.7 on Claude. We're going to be using the mobile solution in this tutorial, and this tutorial is for anybody. So if you're into jogging, if you're into gardening, just general health, specifically for fact-based understanding and getting more educated, learning a new language, learning new programming, learning something that I need to know to further what I'm trying to do. If you're into all things Claude-based, make sure to follow this channel. There's going to be a ton of ongoing tutorials as things get upgraded and changed. I'll try to roll them out quick. Anthropic's doing an awesome job. There is always something new to learn, so make sure to like and follow the channel. So what do? I run a lot, and whenever I run, it can be 7 miles in an hour, and it cuts into the day, which is good, but I want to fill that full of value cognitively too. So what I started doing when chat came out, where you could actually talk to your phone, is I'd start having conversations. And I've improved that throughout the past couple of years to have a very easy flow of understanding. The way that I use it for learning has really accelerated. I'm learning much quicker. It's reminding me of what I'm doing wrong. It's working. So here's how I do it. First of all, you're going to want to make sure that you're using Opus 4.7 or whichever model you'd like. If you're on the Pro $20 a month plan, you may want to drop it down to Sonnet. It's still going to work great. I personally do not like using Haiku, and I do not like using... Hey, are you there?
Hey, yeah, I'm here. What's up?
I just wanted to show everyone the Haiku version that I prefer not to use and what I use instead.
Oh, nice. So you want to compare the two? Go ahead, I'm listening.
So that's Haiku, and that's the dictation that you might be inclined to use because that's the button that makes it talk, right? But when you do that, you're using Haiku and you're not using Opus or you're not using Sonnet, and you oftentimes need to learn things that are more complex and things that have a longer context, which is the memory of the conversation that you've been having. So in that case, you want to use Opus or you want to use Sonnet. I'll show you. You just click up on the top. And you can pick your Opus 4.7, Sonnet 4.6, and Haiku 4.5. Fastest for quick answers. I prefer detail. You select Opus 4.7, and then you just talk in the chat. Now, this is how I typically start my conversations. It's going to be a bit wordy. I've done it a lot, so I'm pretty familiar. I'm going to start an educational conversation with you, and what I would like to do is have a general conversation based on terms about AI, agentic prompt engineering, and large language models. I use it daily, and I want to get into the backbone of how it works in terms of engineering. So I'd like the conversation to be rather normal, back and forth. I'd like it to start off very basic, and as I get things right, I'd like you to improve or make the questions and the conversation more complex. But if I get something wrong, I want you to explain it to me in plain English, and I also want you to explain it to me a bit more complex. I will also probably go off on some tangents and some side notes and use some visual representation ideas to see if I'm getting the idea right. Absolutely don't pander me. Be very frank and very direct as far as what I'm missing and what I'm getting right. So that's the whole initial prompt for the scenario. It's now going to go through a dialogue with me that will accelerate and get more complicated and work through everything from tokens to training to inference to evaluation, just all the way through, forwards and backwards. Do it day after day, and it'll remember what I'm up to. Let's see what it said. We just hit the play button.
Got it. Direct feedback, progressive difficulty, plain English corrections when you miss, and I'll engage with your tangents and analogies honestly, rather than rubber stamping them. Let's go. Starting basic. Question 1. When you send a prompt to an LLM like me, what actually happens to your text before the model starts generating a response? Describe the very first transformation your input goes through.
So then I click on it, and now I'm gonna try to answer. This is an absolute first take as well. When you're talking to an LLM like yourself, the process goes through tokenization, which takes every single word that I says and gives it a token. and the tokens are then turned into embeddings. Embeddings are the mathematical placement of words as vectors in a matrix of cubic space so that the large language model can connect the relationships of the tokens and get an understanding of the inference pass. Hey, you know what? I'm going to listen to it tell me. Let's see here.
Good foundation, but let me push back on a few things because you're mixing up some details. What you got right. Tokenization happens first. Embeddings are vectors, and yes, those vectors encode relationships that the model uses during the forward pass. What you got wrong or fuzzy? 1. Every single word gets a token. No. Tokens are usually subword pieces, not words. The word tokenization might become token plus ization. Common words like they are one token. Rare words get split.
Generally speaking, I think I did okay. I said a couple of things wrong. And as it goes through, it's going to keep track of what I'm fuzzy on, what I'm not learning well. It'll start bringing those back into the conversation. I can ask it to test me in between. I can say, hey, all the things that I got wrong, let's go over them with a multiple choice. And I can just have fun with it while I'm working through. And when I come back the next day, it's going to pick up where it left off. I've got a very long project where I'm working through this little by little, and it is working great. So hopefully that helps on your end. Hopefully it helps with gardening. Hopefully it helps with cooking. Maybe it'll help with something that you're doing with science and data and research. So I hope you learned something in this tutorial. Make sure to like and subscribe, and thanks a lot for watching.